What's up, and welcome to the happy hour. You're with me, Mike,
And I'm Paul.
and let's crack one open for the morning. So, today we are gonna start our very first podcast. We are calling it the happy hour. So, essentially, it's you, me, him, I don't know, any other viewers, commenters, and we'll be discussing things over a cold bottle of booze. Please sponsor us if you decide to sponsor us. Alright, so, um, before we go through it, we're gonna have a huge variety of things. One would be anime, one would be toys, because this other guy loves Gunpla. We're gonna do esports, do some analytical ideas or whatever. We're also gonna discuss new games coming out and what we think of it. And also, if you guys have any questions, any suggestions, or anything that you would want us to talk about, feel free to leave that down in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think, and I'm pretty sure he would love to hear what you guys would think, even though he looks sad.
Yeah, especially the haters. You can never get too much of the haters. So haters, peace.
Peace out. Alright, so today we're going to talk about a very personal list. It's our top 5 favorite anime. So, I mean, anime is like everything that we have for the current generation right now. Weebs everywhere, otakus everywhere. So, let's talk about your first favorite anime. No, in no particular order, Paul.
I'd say Boku. No hero.
Okay, because I was thinking you were gonna say Boku no Pico. Like, no, we are not doing
We're
that.
not hating. We're not hating.
We're not doing that here.
It's kind of funny because like people always they stuck Boku no hero and Boku no Pico.
We do not watch Boku no Pico. We don't judge if you watch it, but if you do, okay, you can watch it yourself. All right, so what do you like about Boku no Hero Academia? I mean,
Well, it's really just a mix out of everything. It's everyday life. It's seeing how not everyone, if you're saying you're a hero, it doesn't technically mean that you're on the good side, and if you're a villain, doesn't technically mean that you're doing everything, bad as it is. It's a good mix of life. It teaches people. It teaches the young kids. It's a fun way to do. And it's an anime that feels good. It's teaching people how to be nothing to somebody. Yeah, I think that's one of the good animes that's out right now.
you mean nothing to somebody? Like, what do you mean nothing to somebody? Like,
I meant like you, a nothing YouTuber to somebody with a podcast.
I mean, yeah, enough of the flaming, but okay, all right. So he's done with his first one. I'll talk about my first one.
I can't wait. I seriously can't wait.
All right. My first personal favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter. Well,
And why pertain Hunter x Hunter?
I mean, Hunter x Hunter is really cool. Essentially, you've got people trying to be strong, trying to be better than themselves, their previous selves, and let's say it's more like a typical shonen, but there's also dark undertones to it. Plus, they have the same hair as Deku. They're both green, and also, I mean, who doesn't love Killua or like Gon? I mean, they're very iconic.
And they're short.
I mean, they're kids. They're supposed to be short.
You're short and you're not a kid.
Uh,
So yeah, moving on.
all right. So next, I don't know about you guys, but if you have a personal favorite anime, top 5 or any list, you can put the top 10 down below. Let us know, and we'd like to discuss that with you down there. So, what's your second? What's the second on your list, Paul?
Huh. Kind of torn. Yeah, but you know what? Shield Hero was actually a good one.
The Rising of Shield Hero.
Yeah, the Rising of Shield Hero. I mean, I have never expected an anime that's so good in the sense that, you're keeping tankers off the limelight. They never get the consideration and the thank you that they always get. But in the Shield Hero series, it's the bomb. I mean, who knows? You could be OP with a shield.
I mean, if you're gonna talk about OP with a shield,
Let's not talk about her yet.
There's supposed to be one other shield hero that's way better than
Let's
that.
not talk about her yet because she's going way up on my list. If you know who we're talking to.
So, if anybody knows what we're talking about, it's actually called Bufuri. I don't really want to talk about the English subtitle of it because it's really long and you don't really know how to. I don't really know what's the whole title.
He likes it short. Yeah. Metaphor intended. So. Anything short is good. I can't wait for his next anime though. I wonder if it's short.
Okay. All right. So. All right. So second anime on my list. Let's see. Let's bring a little mix.
He says little. Synonymous with short.
Stop. All right. So second anime on my list. Let's see. It's Guilty Crown.
Oh, Guilty Crown.
Ever seen Guilty Crown?
Yeah, that's a good anime. I never expected Guilty Crown to be on your list.
Right. Guilty Crown is from Studio Bones. Studio Bones has a lot of great animes, but Guilty Crown is on top of my Studio Bones list just because the story is freaking crazy. You get a typical, jolly good Tushu guy turns into an evil, tyrannical overlord or something, and then, it's gonna heartburn. And then he pulls out the people's hearts and their shapes come out, their true shapes. So I'm not sure what if the anime is real and he pulls out my heart. I'm thinking my heart shape would be a bottle of beer. I don't know, a bottle of beer.
No, whatever it is, it's something black and short.
No. It,
Moving on.
all right, give me your third anime on the list.
It's gotta be Overlord. I mean, talk about tyranny and the destruction. I mean, that guy's pure madness, Getting your feelings taken off and just being overpowered and seeing measly humans die in front of you is kind of fun, But there's actually something to learn about that anime if you don't know.
I don't know.
Do you want to know?
Let me know.
Never be an overlord.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it takes the boredom out of it. Once you rule the world, it's just basically just you sitting in a throne half big. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, speaking of Overlord, Smash or Pass, Albedo.
Smash.
Okay. Ains Agul.
What?
Ains.
Eyes Ulgon.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I am mixing him with Rage Al Ghul because they sound the same. But Ains, yes.
Yeah, and AIDS has a better tone to it. So.
Ains, what is Ains to you? Smash or Pass?
Smash the fucker.
Literally. Shaltier.
I'm there for Shaltier and Albedo. Cheers.
Alright, so moving on. Let's move on to my list. My third one. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but it's one of my all-time favorites. It's one of my favorite ecchi animes of all time.
We're going on to the ecchi part.
It's To Love Ru. Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you want to know more about it, so there's To Love Ru, Mato To Love Ru Darkness, and To Love Ru Darkness 2nd. Now, the main reason why I love To Love Ru is you get a guy who's pretty much the living embodiment of luck, falls down straight into boobies, and everything is just really fun about the show. I mean, you can see how he has a huge harem of probably 13, 14 ladies. He has 3 assassins that try to kill him but falls into his harem, and he has 3. Oh no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 alien princesses.
Who's madly in love with it.
Yeah, and all the others are still part of his harem. So yeah, really fun anime, really crazy. There's no lesson to it except for hey, true love, I want to be part of a harem. Yeah.
Well, guess what? Ever wonder why he's talking about harem?
No.
Because he's practically single and loveless. So, ladies, if you're out there, please comment your name, your cell phone number. If you're in the US, UK, UA, wherever the fuck you are, if you're not in the Philippines, don't bother. You don't have the money to go through yet. Unless you sponsor us. Sponsor us. Tiger, I love you.
You're such a sellout. Alright, so what's your fourth one on the list?
fourth list would probably go on to. I think Dragon Ball. I mean, isn't it strange? It just went to a comeback. I mean, after seeing like GT, which is, if you don't know, it's non-canon, and seeing Super Saiyan 3 as the last.
Saiyan 3.
Whatever. Saiyan 3 as the last. And then they just made a comeback, and basically made all the Saiyans god. I mean, it's cool anime. It's nice, and the comeback's good. The old Relic was better than expected, especially in the Majin Buu saga. Don't you agree? I mean, the Buu saga was actually good.
Yeah, you're gonna get slaughtered. You're gonna get slaughtered in the comments by your pronunciation of Saiyans and Majin Buu. Alright, so I mean the Majin Buu saga was great. It's just sad how Gohan wasn't really back to his position as savior of Earth. Yeah, everything made sense except GT had a good part. GT also had some good parts to it. Just a few things, except for the first few 17 episodes. We don't care about that. Alright, yeah, speaking of Dragon Ball was real nice. The Broly movie was nice. The manga is going on right now. I'm not sure if anybody's following the manga. We are not gonna give spoilers. And yeah. We also streamed Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
If you guys don't know, we actually play that game on the Switch.
We also play Dragon Ball Fighter Z, so if anybody wants to like watch or see any Dragon Ball Fighter Z related stuff, we'll make some videos to that soon. Especially since there's a new DLC coming out for Kefla and Ultra Instinct Goku, so we're gonna try to make our own review when that comes out.
Or if you want to see me just destroy Mikey here with Android 16, that'd be good as well.
Alright. Okay, so, let's see. Next thing on the list, my fourth one. Let's see.
Oh, don't tell me it's short.
No, it's not short. Alright, so, fourth one on the list, Asobi Asobase. No! This is not a shameless plug, but I made a review about Asobi Asobase. So, essentially, the anime feels good. It's very irreverent. It has good animation, so, except for the times when they change their faces to like make them really ugly or some Junji Ito kind of stuff. There's also like There's also like huge references. We got Star Wars. We got Sailor Moon. We got Detective Conan on the very first episode. Let's see.
Oh, you mean the pee scene?
Yeah, yes, the pee scene. So, yeah, regarding the pee scene, essentially the teacher sees a puddle of water. The girls say, "Hey."
Oh, you're just showing. That's just spoilers right there. Just shut up and let's just move on to it. We're not here to spoil. Remember, we're just here to talk about good anime.
All right. So also, if you don't know, I'll leave the link to the review in the comments below or in the description, or you can see it on the I button here on the left side of the screen. Left or right? I don't know where it pops out.
Oh, the camera's inverted, so I don't know where the left and right is. So.
Either way.
It's up there, down here,
somewhere.
Click anywhere. It's not in Tiger. Tiger, I love you.
Right, and also, let's move on to your final, your favorite, your final anime that you want to talk about.
I've been pretty torn because, top 5 is a short list, but I have to go down with the NA fans out there. Everyone on the NA, you know who I'm talking about. It's gotta be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mean, that's 6 generations now of JoJo's?
Maybe 7. I
think 7 generations of JoJo with, 3 or 4 generations of them just fighting one fucking dude. So let's not forget Speedwagon.
Dio! So, best thing about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you have the best waifu in the anime. Speedwagon. I mean, not gonna lie, Captain Obvious, he just narrates everything that happens in the show.
But there's never a dull moment to it, so that's the beauty of it.
And if you're into very overly muscular
poses.
that seem kind of, that's too muscular that it's borderline gay. Oh.
We're not sexist. We don't go for that. And we prefer to call them as masculine.
Hyper masculine.
Hyper masculine.
To the point that they're very hyper masculine. Go ahead, watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's a good anime. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of long, but you know, it's long for a reason. It's not short, like some people I know.
Always, whenever you watch it, don't forget to wait for the taglines. You should definitely watch out for that one.
Well, enough about that. What's your list on the final top 5?
I am gonna end it out with the most balanced taste, because we did comedy, we did shonen, we did some dark teen shonen.
You never did anyone else though, so.
What? Alright, so last on my list is Your Lie in April.
Dude, come on. Come on. That's just... Personally, I've watched half of it. Because, if you guys don't know, I have a wife. I'm madly in love, and I don't need that shit. But this dude right here, if you're a sucker for love and torture and resentment, then be my guest. Watch that anime.
I mean, Your Lie in April is really nice. The soundtrack is really good. It gives you like songs to listen to, like Pachelbel, Bach, Chopin. There's also Beethoven, Camille Saint-Saëns. So essentially, classical music really gets you hype, except when the sad music comes on. So you're like, feels.
Now believe me, folks, he's blurging great artists, but in the end, it's just
Essentially, it's all feels. I mean,
it's all feels. That's basically it.
All feels. It's the intro song is really nice. I mean, we can't play that because copyright. We can't play that.
We're not like some YouTubers who live stream good animes on their Facebook.
What?
You know who you are. You know I'm hitting on you, and you'll never find this video because I'm not famous yet.
And I guess that's our top 5 list. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys have anything you want to talk about, any animes, you can put that down in the comments below. If you have any suggestions or anything that you want us to talk about on the next podcast or next episode we're gonna make, feel free to put a comment. Say, hey, we like it. We want you to talk about this. Hug me.
Oh, by the way, guys, we're not content creators, so this is pretty much our idea for the next 3 months. So if you'd like us to talk about something else, please feel free to comment. Tell us what you want us to talk about. If you want us to talk about Mikey's love life, then yeah, like that's basically 0. So there's nothing there. So
there is no minutes of content. The content will not reach to any certain amount of minutes.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's short.
Yes.
That's short.
Wait. No. That wrong.
This is Paul.
And this is Mike. And
see you next time.
See you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And peace out.
I'd like to say that too, but I don't have a Facebook account that merges with my business account, so that's basically non-canon for me, and I'm useless. So bye.